I'm not a pirate, although I admit that would be a great qualification to be in the U.S. Senate. I was in a boxing match 3 weeks ago, and I sparred with a guy much younger than I am, and took a couple shots to the head, even though I wear gear. I learned 3 days later I had a detached retina. So I underwent eye surgery, and I have been at home for 3 weeks. So this is my first trip out, but I told Alex I would be here, and I am honored at your invitation. I'm going to take this off if you don't mind. It's an exciting time to talk about politics and the prospects for a third force in American politics. I worked for in 8 national Republican presidential campaigns. There was a time when the Republican Party was the party of small government, was the party of individual freedom. My birthright is as a Goldwater Republican. And I have a great sentimental attachment to the old Republican Party. I was the Young Republican National Chairman from 1977 to 1979. I was one of the pioneers of Ronald Reagan's 76 and 80 candidacy. And therefore I tell you in all sadness that the Republican Party has morphed into the big government party, the big debt party, the big spending party, the big spying party, the party that wants to take our firearms, that wants to look in our bedrooms, the party that wants to decide what's best for us. In other words, the Republican Party has become identical to the Democratic Party. They go to great lengths to try to sound different at election time. But the choice between Romney and Obama was no choice whatsoever. It was the same policies with a different wrapper. And therefore, I made a very difficult decision for me to leave the party of Lincoln, the party of Goldwater, and join the Libertarian Party. And I'm very proud that I did. People do not understand the enormous struggle of getting on the ballot in 50 states, in our case, 48 states. I'm very happy to say that I had a great experience working with Governor Gary Johnson and overcoming the 2-party opposition to getting us on the ballot. We succeeded in 48 states. The truth is we succeeded in 50 states, but political decisions by courts in Oklahoma and Michigan denied us 50-state ballot access. Now, I believe that if you have enough states to theoretically win 270 electoral votes, then you should be included in the national debate because you legally are qualified and could become president. Well, as most of you know, the Presidential Commission on Debates is not appointed by the president, it's not a commission, and it's most definitely not about debate. It's about maintaining the status quo. So if you had a presidential candidate who was in the national debates who said, I stand for smaller government, I stand for ending the government spying on our citizens, I want to repeal the Patriot Act, I want to legalize marijuana, I want to cut spending and do away with the debt, I want government to only be involved in those absolutely necessary functions, I think you'd have a cataclysmic change in America. The American people would seize on that message. In the last presidential election, 73% of the people told us in our polling they wish there was another choice. Well, there was another choice. They just didn't know about it. So I am proud to have worked with Governor Johnson. I am proud that the Libertarian Party will again offer the people an alternative from the Republicrats, from the 2-party duopoly that dominates our politics, and from the Wall Street control of American politics. Money is the mother's milk of American politics. This whole system works on money, and we've seen this in Washington, we've seen it in Tallahassee. If you have the money, you can buy whatever you want. The rights of the people be damned, the functions of government be damned. I am very proud to say that I endorsed and voted for Adrian Wiley, and I'm proud of the 250,000 votes that he got. Adrian put up a terrific fight on under overwhelming circumstances. We were underfunded. The media blackout was the same statewide as it was nationally in the presidential candidate. Most people didn't know there was another choice, that there was another party, a party that stands for individual liberty, a party that stands for freedom, a party who stands for Second Amendment rights, a party that stands for letting us decide what we're going to eat, what we're going to smoke, who we can marry. There is an alternative. Our problem is, in a nutshell, people don't know we exist. And to me, that's a soluble problem. Now look at Tallahassee and look at the dysfunction. We have one-party government. The Republicans control the governor's office in both houses. They're incapable of passing a budget. They're incapable of making decisions. Even with one-party government, we can get no progress out of Tallahassee. The most stunning example of this, of course, is the Charlotte's Web law. Now, my hat is off to Katie Edwards, who's a Democrat from here in Broward County, and Matt Gaetz, a Republican, for having the courage to sponsor this legislation, for having the courage to wear the Republican leadership down in the House to allow passage. But I ask you, can children with epilepsy who would benefit enormously from certain strains of marijuana, can they get relief today? The answer is no. Because the political system doesn't care what the voters voted for. They don't care what the legislatures passed. They don't care what the law is. We've seen an overwhelming effort by this administration and this government to stymie the will of the people so that parents whose children have certain forms of epilepsy are forced to leave the state to seek relief, to seek medical help. That is disgraceful. And now they tell us that in the national election, we could have a choice between Clinton and Bush. That is no choice whatsoever. Let's take them piece by piece. I have written a book on the Bushes. I've written a book on the Clintons that will be in bookstores September 1st. It's called The Clintons' War on Women.